Hello and welcome to the Transforming Ideas to Innovation video series. This is the first instructional video that we're going to have in this series. This is our second video after the unboxing video that we talked about last time. In this video, we will mainly talk about breadboarding, your breadboard, how to connect components to the breadboard, how are the rails and the pins in the breadboards connected. You see all the holes that we have in the breadboard, those are called pins, and we will see today how we can connect it to the Arduino, connect some other components that we have around here. We will utilize some components today. We will look at, we'll use the Arduino Uno, battery, the breadboard, 220 ohm resistor, and an LED. I just picked a random LED, which is a red one. And we're going to be using a bunch of wires. We will look at wires with different length and with different colors. Colors are nice because they allow you to create a color code when you're connecting your circuits. So we will see. First thing we do when we want to start connecting our circuits is provide power to the breadboard. Power usually comes from a power source. Like in our case, it is the battery. The battery, however, doesn't connect to the breadboard. The battery connects to the Arduino. Now, once we provide power to the Arduino through the battery, how are we going to transfer that power to the breadboard? To do this, we use wires and we connect those wires to the pins in the breadboard. Okay, so I'm going to disconnect the wire for now because it's better. Don't connect the wire until everything is done and you know that everything is connected properly. So to do so, we're going to learn first about what's in the breadboard. In here you have two rails. At the top and the bottom, those two rails are labeled with colors and a plus and a minus sign. The plus sign and the red color label here indicates the positive rail. The blue one with the negative sign indicates the negative rail. The same is on the other side of the breadboard. Those rails are actually used to provide power to the rest of your electrical circuit, or your electrical circuit, which is usually connected in the center. So, as you see with the line in here, all the pins on the blue rail are connected together in a horizontal fashion. Same thing applies for the positive and the red rail in here. So all of them are connected together. So if I provide power from my Arduino, I'm going to take a connection from my 5 volt in here to any place on the red rail. Now I have connected or provided power to the whole entire rail in here. I'll do the same and connect ground. So ground pin is over here. And I'll connect ground, or negative if you want to say, to the blue rail in here. So now I've got, or I transferred my power from the Arduino to the breadboard. I can also extend that. So as you see, I have rails at the top, rails at the bottom. So I can use a couple of extra wires, usually shorter wires, to provide the same power to the top rails, and the same thing with ground. If you noticed, I've used only two colors so far, which are black and red for my wires. This is not a coincidence. This is a common standard. Red is usually used for positive. Black is usually used for negative. So, what are we going to connect today? What we'll connect today is a basic LED, and we will just light it up. Provide a circuit that will have current flow through the LED and light it up. Okay, so the LED and all the other components will be connected in the center here. How do we connect them? Well, we said that all the power rails are connected horizontally. This is not the case in the center. In the center, all the pins are connected vertically. So vertically here, I've got pins 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are connected together. then I have a gap in the middle, and then I have another 5 pins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are connected together as well. So if I want to connect any of my components, the way to do it is as follows. You don't take the component and connect it this way, because if you connect it this way, as we said, the pins are connected in a vertical way. So if I connect it this way, it means I've connected the 2 pins together. So the positive and the negative are now connected together, which creates a short, which will burn my LED. So the way to connect it is I'll take the positive and the negative, put each one on a separate point or a separate part of my board. So positive will go somewhere, negative will go somewhere. And as you see now, I have available for me to connect to the positive pin here an additional 1, 2, 3, 4 pins. The same thing with the negative one. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pins that I connected to the negative. So now let's continue or complete our connection. We will start with connecting the positive rail in here, which is the long wire, which we connected to this side. We will connect it directly from here to any of my power points, anywhere on this side or anywhere on the other side. Okay. Now, to complete the circuit, I just need to provide or connect a negative to the other side. However, stop, don't do that. Before you do so, you will need to connect a resistor. So that's why we are using the resistor. The resistor is simply a component that is used to limit the current or control the current that is flowing in the circuit. That way we make sure we don't burn any of the components that we are using by providing too much current for it. So resistor is symmetric. It doesn't matter which pin you connect where. So we'll take one leg of the resistor, connect it to the negative side, and then take the other leg, put it anywhere. So now it has its own rail. Now I need to complete the circuit, so I need to go to the negative side or the ground. To complete the circuit, I'll go to the other side of the resistor, anywhere on this side. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 to choose from. And it's connected here. And then go to the negative rail. I can choose the one from the top or the bottom. Now I have that luxury. Now my circuit is complete. If I provide power, I'll take my battery source, provide it to the Arduino. This power, as you see, went from here to here, provided, went through here, and then to the positive end, the anode of the LED, to the cathode, through the resistor to ground, and that's my full circuit. The next thing we will do is kind of expand on this circuit and see what we can do. For example, so far we haven't really used the Arduino. I mean, we're just using it as a power source. However, the Arduino is the brain that we're going to be using to make decisions and create your project. So in the next video, we will show you how, for example, just to simply blink this LED. The blinking is something that can be used, for example, in a traffic light, or if there's danger, you've got those blinking lights that you see. But it's mainly just your first program to see how to program the Arduino and how to connect the circuit. Okay, this is it for now. We will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and take care.